Hi everyone, welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm Lisa Curcio. Today's card is going to give you a 3D look using foam adhesive strips, and I've got a lot of tips along the way about using them. It's also using the Love What You Do stamp set, which is part of the Share What You Love promotion for May. It's your opportunity to get your hands on brand new Stampin' Up! Product that's going to be in the 2018-2019 annual catalog. It's a pre-release. Here's the card that we're going to be creating today. Really pretty, simple, clean palette, but very stunning up close. So let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started on today's project. Here's a close-up of the card and that designer series paper. Isn't that beautiful? That shimmer is built right into that paper. A simple layout, but really stunning. I'm starting with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. If you're here from YouTube, you'll find the link in the description below that takes you over to my blog post for all the pictures, cutting dimensions, and supplies. I've just used that bone folder for that nice crisp edge. We're going to set that piece aside because we're actually going to be doing some embossing next. I'm using the brand new Lovely Floral Dynamic Textured Embossing Folder. And what we mean by dynamic is you can see how thick it is compared to a regular embossing folder. This is actually going to leave a very deep impression in the cardstock to give you even more of an embossed look. I've cut a piece of cardstock that's going to go inside here, and I'm just focusing on part of the image. I know I'm not going to get the whole thing, but I'm going to work primarily on most of that large flower. I've got my Big Shot basic platform here, and typically you would put a clear cutting mat on the bottom, but because of the depth of this embossing folder, we're not going to do that. We're going to want to make sure that we eliminate that. So I'm going to go ahead and just realign this. Again, I want that flower right in the middle. I'm going to cover with a clear mat over the top, and then we'll just crank this through. You'll see that leaves us with that beautiful deep embossed image that we'll add to the front of our card. I've cut a strip of Whisper White cardstock, and this is where I'm going to stamp my greeting. I'm going to use the basic gray ink pad and the words thank you. This is that same stamp set that I shared with you last week. There is an amazing promotion going on right now. This stamp set is a part of 3 different bundles of product, part of a pre-release for the brand new catalog that's coming out on June 1st. It's called Love What You Do stamp set. The promotion is called Share What You Love, and you'll see the 3 different bundles with 3 different product categories and 3 different price points so that you can choose what you'd like. Items are not available a la carte until the new catalog comes out on June 1st. So I'm going to use my basic gray ink pad, and I'm going to ink up the thank you in this. I'm going to stamp this near the left side of this strip. I've also cut a piece of that designer series paper. This is the Share What You Love designer series paper stack, and the papers are double-sided. So one side's going to have a beautiful print, and the other side on this is a specialty paper with that real beautiful shimmer in it. This is actually going to go on the base of the card itself, but I'm going to allocate these pieces so that I know where to mount it, because these other 2 white pieces are going to be a bit elevated. So I'm just going to kind of gauge where that's going to go, and then holding this here to make sure I've got it over to the side. If you need to, use a pencil and create small little pencil marks. So I've got my pencil here, and I'm going to put a little tiny mark here at the top and the bottom. Just light enough. I know you're not going to be able to see them in the video, but light enough for me to see while I'm creating. I'm going to go ahead and add snail adhesive to the back of this designer series paper. And then using my pencil marks as a guide. These 2 pieces are going to get mounted here. You can certainly use dimensionals, but I have opted to use the foam adhesive strips. I absolutely love these. They're already pre-cut for you into nice long strips, and I'm going to show you why I love them more than dimensionals for this type of look. Because of the long strip, I don't have to pull off a bunch of dimensionals. So I'm going to use the whole strip. I'm careful not to go too close to the edge. Because of the depth of these strips, they can be visible from the outside edge. So I want to make sure I'm not too close. And you can see how I'm wrapping it around the edges without cutting it. Don't need to cut it if I can use the whole thing. So I've got another one here. And I'm going to go around the edges of this as well, coming up and around the corner. Now this is where I'm going to use my scissors. And I'm going to cut that short and then press that down. I'm going to use this piece as well. And I'm going to center it just so that it's braced in the middle. And I've got a little bit too long here, so I'm going to cut that off. I'm also going to do this piece. I'm going to press those in place to make sure that they're good and they're burnished. And then I'm going to use my paper piercing tool to help me get this started and pull off the backings. Nice long strips to be able to pull these off. That helps too without having to pull off all those little small dimensional backings. The foam adhesive strips are a little bit deeper than the dimensionals, so you have a little bit more depth. And then I'm going to line this up at the top, leaving a little bit of a border at the top and the bottom and the side of my card. Got that one in place. Now here's the other panel with the greeting. Now this one is going to go on this side. I have my greeting here at the bottom. Again, I'm lining up the top, leaving a little bit of a border on the side. And then I'm going to press that in place as well. So now you can see the elevation of this card. Isn't this really pretty? Let's do some embellishing. I'm going to use the brand new Share What You Love Artisan Pearls. And I love the different colors on here. And these are reminiscent of the Designer Series paper in this package. So I chose these really pretty light pink ones. And I'm going to place one in the center of my large flower here. And I'm going to place another one here in the small flower here. And finally, I'm going to add a little interest over here to my greeting to the thank you. I'm going to put one right here at the bottom of that Y. Simple but elegant. Definitely a card you can create multiples of. Here's the one we created today and the one I created before you joined me. Remember to head over to my blog and check out the promotion. 3 different bundles available only through May 31st, and then the bundles are not going to be available in the new catalog on June 1st. While you're there, check out my exclusive online ordering rewards. I'd love the opportunity to earn your business. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell if you're here from the desktop to get notifications on updates and live events. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.